Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, good day to you, as usual, wherever and wherever you listen to this series of knowledge seekers program from Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. As usual, as is tradition, we welcome you back and we hope we can share more knowledge and understand more about our own creation and how we are created and where and how we operate. In a way, as always said, the body of the man is another cosmos, is another universe. It's just for us to understand how this universe works. It is for us to understand how we transfer energies of the cosmos or universe in the vacuum of the body of the man, in allowing it to operate. And like that, every star comes this step to, in a way, to dissolve, to open up, to lead to creation of beings which are gathered for a new life. It's the same with our lives, our physical life. We have one of those stars created, gathers energy, and then it goes through its supernova. We call it death. And it has some residuals, some physical bits, and in essence, what we call supernova, that a massive energy is released. That release of energy, we call it the soul of the man, when it releases from the body of the man. And then we have created different names for the next steps, white dogs, black dogs, and the rest of it. But in fact, there is no difference between the process and the time of what we watch in cosmos. When we see a star explores a physical dimension of it, and it just becomes a huge energy, and this energy released in dimensions lead to creation of other lives in the space of the galaxy, or when the galaxies hit each other and come to that point of galaxial supernova. That is, again, as I said, we have chosen too many terminologies for the same effect. The supernova is the man's time of death. It's the same. We see some white bits left, we call it the bone afterwards, but in essence, at the point of the separation and the explosion, when the energy increases to such a point, the soul, the energy of the star, releases itself into the atmosphere, into the environment of the solar system and the universe. And if one day man learns this, man would understand that every death is a supernova. Doesn't matter if it's an ant, a man, a dog, destruction of a stone, or cutting up a tree. We release energies which holds that entity together, operates to look like a stone, to look like a man, to look like a dog, to look like a tree. And at a point when physicality reaches the point of maturity of the central energy to the supernova, which is death of the man, we see the separation, and one leaves behind what it was caged, or was the process for it to evolve. One of the biggest mysteries for the world of science of today is, can we capture these? How we capture these? And when a cosmic ray is on the path to another point of position which is attracted to, can we capture it? Those we capture, we deny. Those which become part of us, we have deliberately ignored. As I said many times before, when the first time astronauts saw flashing lights in their eyes, those cosmic rays, which in balance with the salt salinity of the liquid of the eye of the man, converted to photons, to energies. We captured a ray of the creator, most probably in one of them. And what that brought enlightenment to the one who captured it, accidentally or deliberately. Man has tried again as through his ignorance, because it gives it a position of being more intelligent, has called these neutrinos. But again, through the same ignorance, they have gone to the depth of the mines and to the depth of the earth, and in different laboratories created facilities that try to capture neutrinos. Because they never understood that water tank, that facility they created, is in the body of the man, the brain of the man, every cell of the body of the man, your liver, your kidney, is one of those tanks. Because we never understood that we absorb 80% of our life energy through the cosmic rays, through the environmental energy. And this has become the biggest, what I call, see, in the world of science. We talk that the astronauts see the photons, and we deny it. And we go and set facilities in the deepest part of the earth that'll be a pure light. When this photon goes through the earth, we can capture it and we say we've seen it. If these scientists give Keshe Foundation facilities, within minutes I show them so many photons in the depth of the earth in these tanks that they'll be puzzled, but they made a mistake. They have not made a mistake. What they don't understand is the truth about conversion of matters, energies, fields, cosmic rays, magnetic field rays, and their separation. And this is where the world of science will suffer to come to understand. Coincidentally, accidentally, or what, purposely, by the wish of whatever, as we speak today, as we heard in the intro, about the creation of the cosmic rays, the way it's done in the universe, creation of energies, today is getting tested in the labs of the Keshe Foundation. And our scientists are observing how the game is played in the world of creation. How when you create fields in the matter state is different when you create fields in the environment of the body of the man. And when we understand this, then we come to a point where we can dictate life. Keshe Foundation this week, through the wellness centers, has released a condition that for them to test for all conditions which has been unsolvable for wellness of the man. And because now our team is ready to move to that stage. Our team is ready to create life. Our team is ready to create life the way it's done in the universe. You, as we said, have the fields of the energies of a fish in the atmosphere of the earth. When you create the right condition at the right depth with the right environment of the water, you see fish where there were never fish before. And they're always the same. Now we understand that process. Now we understand the reason that the fish appears in the water wells or in the middle of nowhere is not that there was nothing there. It's just because the seed, the eggs of the fish in the past on every corner of this planet was seeded this land we see sometime was under the water. And inevitably, the magnetic field, the environment of the seed, of the life is within it. If man understands this, and if man create the right condition with the amount of interactions the man has had and left, the interaction of the seeds and the sperms in the depths of the soil of this planet, in these water wells, if we create the right condition, the child of man will be born the same as the fish. Because we understand the process, we understand the principle. We can create that process and this principle. Then knowledge has extended to this level. But it's for man to understand, to separate the magnetic field in the matter state and the magnetic field in the plasma state and the magnetic field in the environment of the universe. Again, we have chosen the same word, but for 3 or 4 different, what we call, conditions in life. In one of my teachings in Farsi, I explain this in a very simple way. You see on the flag of Iran, the lion. It's called the sheer. But how you understand the interaction of that word in a sentence brings you to understand what you're talking about. Because sheer is the milk which we drink, as the same word. And then sheer is the same tap where we open the water to come. It's for us to understand how it's used. If it's a lion, if it's a milk, or is it the tap water. And this is what our world of science, our world of knowledge have not understood. The separation and application and the need and the outcome. To understand which way, what sits where, and how this is applied. Are we talking about the magnetic field and the cosmic ray? Are we talking about magnetic field and the matter magnetic field? Are we talking about magnetic field in essence of connection between the two? And to what extent we understand this separation? Now, it's for you as knowledge seekers to understand the separation between the cosmic rays and the magnetic fields, but in a different conditioned environment. The change of this cosmic magnetic fields into the matter state that manifests itself as a matter, and then condition of where and how some of these magnetic gravitational fields creation gravitational fields that what you call a magnet. And once the scientists understand this, the connection, the separation, and in a way application of it, the world of science will be different. Where you will be able to create life in nowhere, and where you can change life into fields to go nowhere. As I said before Christmas, we found one of experimental fishes moving from a tank back in the tube where it was before. We put this fish through the cycle, and then we return it back to the original tank, and within a few minutes the fish transmuted, because it went back to the source of the essence of no physical condition. in a way, when we achieved the first transmutation, this was, even our scientists are so advanced, baffled with, could not believe. It's like when we say, oh, I took the scans, but it changed my condition, but it could be something else, because I still don't believe in what I've done. And then when we use it the second time, we'll see the same result. Maybe it could be against this time. And this is what we need in the world of science to understand the transfer, the interaction, the amalgamation, the coordination, and the condition that each field, each ray, each magnetic line operates, works, and as we say, entangled. You cannot be a cosmic ray. You cannot be a cosmic field and come passing through my body if you are not entangled with the field of my body, or you're entangled with another field, could be another side of the universe. You're on the way there, but you get captured, or part of the energy of you gets released to set off my body, because I create a condition of need, not a condition of grab. And you give and you go. You need some of this, you take. I have enough, I'm on my way. If our knowledge is, if the scientists come to understand this point, then you'll find the eternal life. The eternal life comes from understanding the truth about the creation, and to be able to replicate it. Eternal life is not exclusivity of Creator, as we are part of it. But we have to understand when and how we manifest ourselves, or we are in transition from one to another. And this is the most important part of the teaching, in part because it brings the man back to understand about his creator, his creation, and its manifestation. Book number 1, book number 2, book number 3. And again through book number 2, back to book number 1. Matter state through energy transfer to manifestation of the field, and manifestation of the field back to transmutation to become the matter. This is what we call transmutation. Again, in the future, I teach you about transmutation of the plasma and the transmutation of matter. There's a big difference between transmutation of the plasma than the transmutation of matter. But you can merge the two together, and you can work together to create both. Transmutation of the plasma is transferring you and your body from A to B. Transfer of the matter is the coin in your pocket when we transmuted you, the clothes on your back when we transmuted you. So the knowledge needs to be combined together. The matter state transfer, the matter state transmutation, the matter state transfer and transmutation. In the teaching in the past, I said when we take you from London to New York, you turn up there for the wedding, but no, with no wedding clothes, because we couldn't transmute it. You transfer from one cold place to a hot place, you cannot appear in a fur coat and the boots, because the soul of the emotion will create the clothes, the color you like, and everything else to befit you at the point of manifestation. changing and understanding this brings us to a new dimension of science. The science that man has never known, but has always been there. Is part of his own creation, is part of his daily operation. As I said many times before, the present world of pharmaceutical has a big problem. It tries with chemotherapy to sort out the tumor. But it has not understood that tumor here is created through the emotion of the soul, the brain of the man. And that's why we see the cancer comes back. We call it metastasize. It doesn't metastasize. Impossibility. If you sort out the emotion, which is another part, which is connected to the universal field, is what we call evolutionary cancer part of this. That we want to evolve to become part of the other races in the universe. We have matured and we are on the way to that position. We have a point of reference. We are connected to that point of reference. And we are evolving to reach that point. Be it in lasting life, being in maturity of understanding the world of creation, we call it the science, or be it to be part of the dynamic structure of the creation. As I said before, we try to open the subject of the creation to cosmic rays, that you understand why and how. Is evolution in our life, which leads to some 10% of the cancers, is that we are trying to match, not to grow in one direction, but to match to another line which we have received as the information, as the knowledge through cosmic rays, that in entangling with the other, we try to match, we are getting fed, but we are feeding back something too. And as the body cannot process it, it gathers that energy in one position, that position becomes what we call a cancer point. How would our scientists, our physicians, our doctors, and everything else we have start to actually by testing the blood of the man, testing the physicality of the man, to tell the patient from day one, you have evolutionary cancer, you have accidental cancer, you have what we call emotional cancer. And by identifying it through the composition of the fields within the body of the man and through the emotion of the man, tell the patient, this we can do, this we cannot do, this is possibility. When the knowledge of man reaches to that point, then you can tell the person, we can 100% reverse your cancer. In a way, we understand the origin of it, the cause of it, the reason for it, and where we apply cosmic rays, where we bring the information which you cannot digest to untangle the energy balance, you call it the cancer in your body of evolution side, where is converted by accident the energy into the matter condition of the cancer cell, we call it accidental, and where your own emotion has created your cancer. And which fields? Can we use cosmic rays for all three? Can we use combination of the all three? And then find answer to all. This is what the Keshe Foundation Wellness Centers now are under research and development. And we put out for what we call trials. Because we think our scientists have reached that point to be able to deliver. the separation between the fields, understanding the cosmic rays, understanding the interaction and conversion of cosmic rays, and understanding the position of the matter state of cosmic rays. The way we saw the interaction of the field of the sun and the earth created a plasma that through the inertia of the earth, it converted to the matter state which showers on us. And then we saw how we converted that matter state into fields and energies and back to cosmic rays. The process has not been understood by the world of science of today. And we are teaching our scientists to gradually to move into that step. To understand each separately, understand the connection and conversion. I presume in next near future, Keshe Foundation, through its trials, which is announced this week, will see an end to the cycle of creation of these energy centers, conversion of the energy to matter, and then conversion of matter back to energy, but by understanding the totality. The womb of the mother takes calcium from the hip of the mother to have it ready for the child to be born, to become part of the bone structure of it, from crossing the skin of the child and creating the bone of the child. That goes conversion of the what we call plasma state of the calcium to is cosmic rays, which enters the womb of the mother. Conversion of cosmic rays in the skin of the child converts through the field forces of the right strength to the bone of the child. Mother doesn't get pregnant, but the cosmic energy of the calcium from the hip of the mother is available within the womb of the mother. But it doesn't waste what is converted. It transfers this energy to where it's always set to be the seed of the nourishing that child if he would have been born. It transfers this calcium cosmic ray into the breast of the mother. If the mother goes through an emotion, this calcium will convert into a milk. It will be added as a gans of the milk to the child. If the mother does not bear the child, this calcium field will stay within the breast of the mother but never converts. Accidentally, mother gets hit by the breast, changes the field, and accidentally she's diagnosed to have a breast cancer. Because the hit, that compact of the field changes in the breast, has created a condition of the transfer of the cosmic rays of the fields of the what we call calcium into matter state, become the seed of the calcium, but has nowhere to go because there's no child, there's no way to leak this solid state out. But don't forget, this is a solid state in the matter condition, then it becomes the seed of the cancer. Then we see the growth and the change of energy, cosmic rays, matter state to solid state by change of conversion, and then creation of cancer. If our scientists understand this, if our scientists go to the next step of the knowledge, they should be able to transfer this calcification within the breast of the mother back to the energy that within seconds there should be no seed of calcium, there should be no seed of cancer. And in a very near time, in collaboration with the Keshe Foundation, we will show you the system. I hope in a matter of handful of months, this technology will be available to every woman on this planet. Where now you go for mammography to take a picture of your breast. In the coming time, when you go for such a thing, when the doctors see the calcium seed, they see the point, what you call the breast cancer. By use of this new technology, the Keshe Foundation will be involved in production and manufacturing very soon. You will watch physically the seed to dissolve. We have reached that point of knowledge. And in collaboration with the organizations who have the systems, we will be marketing this very soon. In a way, we change the environment. We create the same condition as the emotion of giving birth to the child send the message to the womb of the mother, which created the condition to what you call hormones, to convert the calcium in the hip of the mother to energy. Energy of cosmic rays. But this cosmos is in the hip of the mother. And in that hip of the mother, there is the womb of the mother. Now we understand this technology fully. And now it's time to release the technology in a correct way that others understand. In the very near future, we will show this system where what we call the three-dimensional mammography will allow and bring this new opportunity forward. And this will be the same with others. In this process, we can eradicate death by cancer. It does not matter if it's a breast, if it's lung, if it's liver. The emergence of the new technology brings new conditions for life. But would it add to the soul of the man? Would it bring the point when that supernova takes place, the energy release is so mature that it leads to creation of new, more intelligent, more correct, more just souls across the universe? And then we understand the purpose of the teaching, the purpose of what we do, and the purpose of the knowledge shared. In the coming time, man have to understand the connection between cosmic rays and the magnetic field of the universe. And magnetic field is a solid magnet in the hand of the man. Their conversion, their interaction, and once we understand this, we mature to understand the totality of the knowledge of the creation in the detection, not the other knowledges of the creation, which is not even imaginable by man. Once we understand this knowledge, our eyes will open to new science, the science of creation of the unicos, which is beyond the understanding of the present man. We are still battling it for the fake name of religion. How can we bring it peace in the universe in the name of the man? This is where man has to understand. His life is just a speck of dust in the operation of the universe. It's just that grain of sand in the desert. And now if you understand this grain of sand can convert and become life, or this grain of sand can hit the eye and create blindness. To give life or to take life. And into what extent convert this? And what is the tool of conversion? And how by Renaming and multiple naming the same process, man has led to its confusion of life, science, and its technology. The emergence of the new technology, which is now claimed by all governments, is in the hand of governments in the name of the Keshe Foundation technology. But they're ignorant to it, because this is how it should be. Till we mature in our souls, that once they become open to it, it becomes a tool of peace. Not, I have and I use it to show my power. In understanding this, you come to understand more about the totality of the creation, about how you have to understand the totality of the process. Does not matter in what level, does not matter in what condition, does not matter in what position, in which field, in which what we call power of understanding. As I said always, every man takes from this technology according to his intelligence. And this intelligence does not carry it by the PhD, the professor, the engineer, the road sweeper, the president, but by the enlightenment of the soul of the man. And enlightenment is openness to the knowledge of creation and nothing else. Doesn't come to become a priest, to become a teacher, to become man as a peasant in the farms and the villages. Most probably a solitude farmer who lives in the remote farm, a shepherd whose job is just to walk with the sheep for days on end, as he has nothing else to do. He goes more within himself and he finds more the truth about the creation, how the light works and how his animals behave, and how the behavior of animal depends on what grass they eat. And then you see the shepherd is more enlightened than the Einsteins of this time, because he understands the process of creation. He has time, he made time. This is why some of our prophets were shepherds. Comes from enlightenment, having time to analyze the truth about the creation, and not with all the fallacies which they've been fed to. They read no books, but they read the books of the truth about the creation through the fields of its interaction. And this is why some of our farmers and some of our shepherds are more knowledgeable about the world of creation than our professors, the head of universities, and all our leaders. Understanding the process of interaction. I had the privilege to meet people in Africa that when you speak to them, the old woman says, I have different grains in my room for different conditions. And at the spring, I decide from what I see in the winter, what the summer and the spring is going to be, and I decide which seed to sow for that year. She never went to university. She does not have even the power to know what's the difference between A and B on the paper. But she understands the process of creation. The interaction of the fields which creates a winter, and that winter how will interact with the fields of the atmosphere to create the next season and the season after. enlightenment, without degrees, and without professorships, and without profits. This is what we lack. This is what we miss. This is what we have diverted to become a civilization which actually has lost all the realization of the truth about the creation. Man has not civilized. Man has just realized is an animal which has lost the connection to his own creation through civilization. And this is why we find in many cases things from the past that to us today are unanswerable, because those who made it had the time to understand the process of creation. And then to us who are civilized, we lost that realization. And that's where we are. And to prove it, we are more civilized, we have created weapons to kill best. Now you understand how simple any of you can be more enlightened than anyone else, by anybody else and any other soul, if you understand the process of your own creation and nothing else. If you understand how all the fields of the universe, some being originated from the creator, is within you and you are connected to and does not exist without you, because without your soul connecting it to the others, it loses the connection. That beauty of the essence of the conversion of the matter information to be added to the what we call universal knowledge. It's the responsibility of all knowledge fields to understand this. We showed you the ganses, we showed you the nanomaterial, we showed you the interaction of the fields. We explained about your source of energy. And now is for you to interact and understand the process of interaction with your own creator. And how you will see, how you connect, and how you share knowledge with all within that cycle of life. And if you're mature enough to understand how it works, it's very much like you look into the sky, you see nothing, and you suddenly you see a star. And that star is connected to you, and you make a connection with it. And that star could be the soul of your lover, that the star could be the soul of your child, that star could be the soul of the creator. It depends what you understand from its interaction. Try to understand the separation between the fields. Try to understand the connection between the fields. Try to understand the conversion between the fields of cosmic rays and matter state rays. And if you manage to unravel this, you have unraveled the process of creation and you reach the everlasting life. Because that knowledge, that structure, that field absorption sits within the skin of every man. It's just the man does not realize how to operate it, how to use it, and how to move out of it when, in a way, the time comes. We see in the snakes shedding their skin and merging with a new, more vibrant and what we call newer structure for their life. The knowledge we have given you should make you that snake change of skin, where the change of the skin is physical, But the change in the understanding of the knowledge of the creation through the soul of the man will become that transition, that change. Contain, but strengthen to understand more about, absorb higher strength and lower strength to increase the intelligence of the man. And then you understand life can be turned. The way you go one shell to another, you can go one soul to another and add to that soul, and by it strengthen the position and create the next cycle of life with more intelligence and understanding. Maybe your soul has been a shepherd once, but you never managed to transfer the knowledge, and that's where it ends. Where with shepherds like us, we know how to transfer and how to move on and how to add to another soul for it to become what we call more understanding of the world of creation that can be shared. I hope you understood the part of the teaching of today. As we said, we try to open the horizon of the knowledge that you understand the connections. And it's for you to facilitate how you create systems, you or add to your work of your soul knowledge and connections, or you need the system to be built for you to understand how to train it. All is in progress. All is in hand, and it's all for you as knowledge seekers to make that progress. We go for a break and we come back, and then we carry on as usual.